Sales are contingent upon the attitude of the salesman, not the attitude of the prospect. Welcome to online education of Standard 12th, subject Organization of Commerce and Management. Chapter number 1, Nature and Significance of Management, Part 6. Let me recall all the topics from the first part. In the first part, we had seen the meaning of the title, the theories given by the different professors, and a short introduction. In second part, we had seen nature of management. In the third, importance of management. In the fourth, management as a science, an art, and a profession. In fifth part, we had seen the different level of management, top, middle, and bottom. And in this today's video, we are going to study the functions of management. On this topics, the functions of management, we'll have just a glance because we have this topics as the whole chapter. So here we'll be having only just the overlook over the topics. The function of management. Now, as we know that management should be done efficiently for the accomplishment of the objective. Now, for the accomplishment of the objective, the process should be followed. A series of the functions which are continuously performed for the accomplishment of the predetermined objective of the business is actually known as the process. Various business activities are arranged in a chronological way, in a systematic way, in orderly form for the achievement of the objective. As I had stated, the whatever activity which is done by the management, it is only to accomplish our objective in an easy manner. We have to use the resources as much as possible to get the maximum satisfaction. So, the management is considered as a subject of study or a field of the knowledge. And even we consider this management as a man-made activity. Management is not a natural activity because various professors, various thinkers, various scholars have defined management in their own way, and they have stated the function of management as per their thinkings and thoughts. As per the North and O'Donnell, the function of management are planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and control. Now, by the other professor, as per Henry Fayol, who is known as the father of general administration, as per him, the functions are of 5 steps: planning, organizing, direction, coordination, and controlling. Then, as per Peter F. Drucker, the father of modern management. Now, as per him, the functions of management are managing a business, managing a manager, managing workers, men, and work. As per Luther Gulick, the function of management are of 7 steps. That is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordination, reporting, and controlling. Knotts and O'Donnell and Henry Fayol. The concept of reporting they have included in controlling, and the concept of coordination they have included it in the direction. But here Luther Gulick has stated that as a different topic. And as per George R. Terry, he says the function of management are planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. Now, what is this planning? As we all know that even God cannot change the past, but the man can change his future. So planning is such an activity that where the facts are selected, the path is chosen for the expected result, where the interrelationship between the elements, between the resources of management, the interrelationship is generated. In the planning, observation is also necessary, and forecasting is also for anticipation of the other activities. As management is considered as the first step, so management, it begins with planning, and it is a way of developing for achieving goals. So planning is considered as the first step. In details, in the further chapters you all will be studying this topic in detail. Organizing. Organizing is a structure where the assignment of duties, authorities, and responsibilities are given to the individual for the accomplishment of the common goal. It is the physical structure where the work is done, where the work exists, that is organizing. We can consider the planning as the brain of the business unit, and organizing is its physical structure, that where the work is going on. The third is staffing. Staffing means recruiting a person at the proper place and at the proper time. Here the human element is at the center. So employees are the arms and limbs of the business unit. It is concerned with the satisfactory of manpower. Now, in what manner the employees will be satisfied? When they will be getting incentives, it may be monetary or non-monetary. They may get direction, they may get training, where they can develop their self, where they see their own growth, that is the satisfactory. And it implies right people for the right job, that means staffing. Now directing means to show the path, to show the way, to guide and to supervise the employees, whether they are working as per the criteria stated, where the work can be done easily. If the employees face any problem, to guide them. It is the process of motivating employees so that the task which is given to them, the task which is assigned, it becomes very easier. Controlling, it is the last step of management function. And even it is said that where the process of planning starts, the controlling also joins there. For controlling, planning pre-exists. It refers for the performance of the measurement, that whatever the action is done, whatever the activity is done, whether it is in the direction which it is shown or not. It is the last function of management. And nowadays, the controlling is considered as the positive concept. Here the employees, they feel that their interdevelopment is done through controlling. They can know that where they are going wrong, so they can correct themselves. So controlling is a corrective activity, because the function of controlling is not restrict to the activity. Means the employees are not stopped, but they are guided how to work in the proper manner. Now coordination. Now coordination is a process, is a function which is required at every stage of management. Coordination is necessary right from planning till controlling. It is such a sort of an assurance for the accomplishment of the work. So where the coordination is seen, the work never remains incomplete or the work is not duplicated and the work becomes easy. So coordination is the activity where the harmony among the different functions are carried. It is the part where the things, where the resources are binded with each other for the accomplishment of the goal. It is also considered as a separate function in the concept only, just to create the harmony among all the individuals, among all the factors who are working for accomplishment of the common goal. Let's see the characteristics. It integrates group efforts, because if the coordination is not seen, the whole work becomes a hodgepodge. So the coordination is must, so the work can be seen, done in a systematic manner. It ensures the unit of the action. As the character of management, even coordination is a continuous process, because if the management is continuous process, coordination is also a part of management. So it is a continuous process. It is also an all pervasive, which is also known as a universal process. Now the managers are responsible for creating the coordination among the employees, among all the factors which are affecting the business unit. What are its functions? It plays a vital role in the growth of the size. It plays a vital role in the functional departmentation, and it also shows the specialization. Now when there is growth, where the business is spreading its wings in the market, it is growing its size, the coordination is needed. As the business is going to spread, the various departments are created, and there are different goals. So coordination is important. As the new technologies are developing day by day, so modernization is also important. We have to work with it. So the specialization also must be there while coordination. Moving further with the functional area of management, in which areas the management works. So functional area of management are marketing management, human resource management, which is also known as HRM, financial management, and production management. Now what is marketing management? In a broader sense, to say that marketing management is an activity which provides goods and services from producer to customer. Here it includes the marketing management, it includes the exchange of goods and services with the money. The whole concept of market is studied here, whether it may be in the form of product or product mix, the concept may be of price, distribution, and promotion. Now, from product or product mix, the things here which includes are the appearance, the color, size, shape, weight, print, packing, guarantee of the work, after sale services. These all factors include in product or product mix. Then concept of price. With the minimum resources, that where the cost of the production is low and in the market the product is launched with the minimum price, with a reasonable price, that is seen here. So it is a very difficult task to decide the price and to launch it in the market, to present in the market. Then distribution. Now, how the goods will be transferred to the wholesalers, to the retailers, to the agents, and where it will be provided to the customer. The process of transportation takes place here. Now, promotion. In staffing, promotion means the stage of the person is raised, but here promotion means advertisement, that how to increase the sales of the product. Human resource management. As we all know that human is at the center. In the earlier time, in the ancient time, before independence, I can say, the employees were treated as the slaves. They were only told to work as per their owner. They didn't have any concept. They were not told to use their mind, only they were told to work as per the guidance. So they even didn't have the right to share the ideas. Their likes, their dislikes were neglected. Their intelligence also was neglected. But when the concept of the modern management arose, here even the human resource, it established its significance in the management. Some of the characteristics of the human resource management are as: it tends to increase the efficiency of human resources, means of the employees, as the process of selection, training, promotion and direction are seen here. As the employee is satisfied, the profitability of the business also increases, because he is only the person who is working at the operational level. He will be working efficiently if he is satisfied. So the business prestige increases, it is maintained. The goods are produced and the services is given at the highest standards. The employee will feel the oneness. He will use the resources, the factors of the production maximum. There will be reduction in the labor turnover rate. The only thing is job satisfaction. That employee must be satisfied with his job, that at which place he is working. Now, financial management. Financial management is the concept where the finance, the cash, how to raise, how to manage it, how to allocate it at the right place where the wastage should not be there. It is the concept of financial management. As we all know that money is the blood of the business management. The circulation is also important. It is also necessary, as in the human body the blood is the circulation of blood is necessary. Now, from where we can get the capital and in what manner we can use it? The financial management is very broader concept. So its function must be done very idle and in an efficient manner. Then production management. Production management, production means where the raw material is converted into a consumable finished good with the human efforts, because they are human beings are only who are going to produce, who are going to operate the machine. So it depends upon the human factor that how efficiently they work. The production management also includes the function of planning, deciding, program, maintaining coordination and direction, and to keep control. In what better quality they can provide the goods in the market, how they can be the best in the market, that is studied here. With the hope you'll have understood the concepts. Now it's time to judge yourself. Try to solve the questions and it is necessary to cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and to give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. Thank you. Have a great time. Have a